What's up, guys? It's Will here, aka Budget Scott Jund. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Yesterday on stream, I had a game on Badham when I was playing Myers, and we were having a really good stream. Like I just got raided, like we were having some good fun, and we were just chilling out. And then I got a group of survivors who played a game against me, and then in the post game they weren't too happy. They said that especially there was one person in particular who was claiming that I tunneled everyone off hook and that I, was playing like an asshole and, came into chat and said a ton of really not very nice things. Now, that doesn't particularly affect me very much. I've said it numerous times on stream. When people come in and say mean things, it's never that big of a deal. We just play it off as salt and move on. But it was more annoying for me because from my perspective, it didn't feel like I did anything wrong. And I gave this person hatch and they still were incredibly, pissed off. So I went through and I looked at the VOD again. I looked through the game and I thought I'd make a video on it because I wanted to sort of show you my perspective and also maybe, this is coming from someone who plays Survivor more than Killer. Maybe you can, if you feel like you're getting tunneled or, the killer's doing something wrong, maybe it's worth just taking another look at what's going on your side and maybe understand sort of what's going through the killer's head. Because I think a lot of the time, survivors think that killers are playing a certain way that they don't like, which is fine. But also, I think they need to understand that from the killer's perspective, a lot of the time there's nothing, else they can do apart from do what the mean thing that the survivors think is mean, do that. A lot of survivors think that, if someone gets taken off the hook and then the person who unhooked them goes and hides somewhere, and then the only person I can see is the person who just got unhooked, a lot of survivors will, assume that the killer or expect the killer to, just completely ignore them, which isn't how I play the game, especially at, higher ranks. I mean, we hit rank 1 for, the cajillionth time yesterday. That's not a flex. Ranks don't really mean skill. But when you hit those ranks, you do play against teams who are kind of crazy sometimes. So you can't be expected to play nice every game. Otherwise, you're just going to lose. So I thought we'd take a look at this game. I'm just going to play it through, and then I'll pop in every now and again with kind of what was going through my head. And then, yeah, we can talk about it at the end. Okay, Badham for the 4th time in the last 5 games. Dude, what the fuck? Alright, those gens are corrupted, so let's head over there. So just for a little bit of context, I know I'm pausing already, but... So I'm going to move this for a second, my camera. The add-ons I were using were super memey. And when I say memey, I mean, like, terrible. As in, I have no good add-ons on Michael anymore, because I spent all my blood points on him. And I'm currently trying to get all the perks of all the survivors into Steve and prestige him 3 times. So I don't really have any blood points anymore. So the add-ons we're using, this one over here is increase tier 1 lunge, which is obviously just useless. And this is moderately increased movement speed while stalking. Also just another classically useless. And I've been using them because I have a lot of them and I don't really care. And they're bad. As far as gen control, I mean, our perks are just pretty standard. Again, I don't have a ton of perks on Killer, so I've just been playing off what I have. And this was the 4th time in a row that we got Badham. But yeah, apart from that, I'll let you guys get into it. Oh, I had a mid-map spawn. That sucks. Mid-map spawn on the worst map on the game. Feels good, man. I don't even know what to do here. I guess... try and find some survivors, I guess. Fuck, she saw me. Oh, there's 2 of them here. Oh, she's gonna give me tier 2 for free.
That's quite lucky. Outplayed. JK.
That was a mistake, by the way. Just caught her off guard.
That's fine. I'll take another
So,
and sloppy.
right around there, this is sort of when I come to realize that they're probably playing in a survival friends. If you see one person, if you hit one person, I hit the Meg there, and then she ran away and I was chasing her, and then the LED sort of just went directly in front of me. She knew I was there. 100%. If she was scared, she would have stayed downstairs and by a pallet. Instead, she just ran past me. And so I got another hit, which for me is fine because I have sloppy and Thanat, so it works in my favor. But this is already in my head. I'm already thinking, okay, this is a survival friends. Just so I know that I'm going to have to expect, you know, people taking hits, you know, people working as a team. That's what I was thinking.
Oh my god, the whole squad's here.
Again, everyone being in the same place, it's very Survivor Friends-esque.
What are you guys doing here?
It's not good Survivor Friends, but it does tell me that they might be together.
3, I guess.
Not the best idea against Michael, obviously. Alright.
That works.
This
nice.
is where...
Too injured. Thanat and Sloppy probably doing work right now.
This is where I start to snowball a little bit.
See what we get on barbecue.
Alright, so straight away on barbecue, I see someone, and I go directly for them. Not camping. I see them running super far away. So over here, I know that they're all still in the area. Because I saw them on barbecue, or I only saw one of them on barbecue, the person I went for. And because I only saw one of them on barbecue, I know that the other two are close. So they're probably trying to get the insta unhook. So even though I know that there are two people close and one person far who knows I'm coming for them, I still go for the person further because I don't want to just sit there and camp the hook. Okay? But as you can see, she starts to run that way. My add-ons that I'm using don't increase the duration of my tier 3, and it's already nearly halfway gone. And in a map like Badham, committing to a chase to the other side of the map, when half of your tier 3 is already gone, and you know there are two people closer, is a real mistake. Because most likely she'll run me to a super strong house, and if she's good at looping, which I think she might be because she's been playing pretty altruistically, then my tier 3's gone, and suddenly I'm with a full HP person. They've unhooked, they've healed, and all three of them are on a gen. On the side of the map where I want to stay, and I want to keep my 3 gen. So I see her go over there, and I believe I turn left and try and intercept her hook, which is when I find someone.
Let's go pressure the hook.
So yeah, I say I'm going to go pressure the hook, because I assume by this point, the two people closer have tried to go for the save. They haven't. I don't know why. Maybe they were a bit further than I thought. But this LED just runs directly into me. Like, she sees me coming around the corner. She was here. She keeps running. Which I assume is to draw me away from the hook, which I'm fine with, and I commit to that chase.
Oh, okay.
This is the one example of them taking aggro this whole game.
Dead hard, maybe. No, not so much.
Again, no attempts to take me to loops.
That's the 4th guy on the gen.
That's something you'll see.
That works for me.
Right here. Sorry, just again, I know I'm pausing a lot, but the end of this game doesn't really need much pausing. So, for some reason, this game, they didn't take me to loops. That's just something that you'll see. I never really had to deal with pallets at all, which is interesting. But right there, that 4th guy, as I down this LED, let's go back real quick. As I down this LED,
not so much. That's the 4th guy on the gen.
That 4th guy completes a gen, and I note it in my head. I'm like, okay, 4th guy on gen. So now I'm thinking, okay, so this is the guy who was running away from hook. I know that Meg is around, but she was running towards the house. So she's not the one on that gen. So it had to be the 3rd guy, because the 4th guy is on hook. So instantly, again, I'm thinking, okay, these guys are playing seriously. Because a lot of the time in games where you're playing against survivor friends or just like people who really want to win, they'll make the mistake of gens before friends. I don't have Ruin. I don't have Pop. They don't know I have Pop, obviously, because, I mean, how could they? I haven't kicked a gen yet. But, like, you should never commit to the gen in that situation if Ruin's not up. You should always go for the unhook. Because now you're in a situation like this now, where I've picked up this LED, and you can see there's 2 of them running directly towards hook. So I know where they're going. So instead of completing this gen, she could have gone, got the unhook, run back, and done it, and healed. Instead, I downed someone else, they completed the gen, and now both of them, one of them injured by the way, are running directly to the hook. And I've got a hook right here. So I'm obviously going to hook them here and go directly to the hook.
For me. Oh my god, guys.
It's just a really bad misplay.
Gens before friends, I guess. We're not going to have enough tier 3 to do anything about this, but...
Yep, so I know I don't have enough tier 3, so I'm...
directly into me.
I know I don't have enough tier 3. It's literally about to run out. So, I mean, you'll hear the noise when it does and the knife will move. So my idea now is to go for this guy, the Meg. Because he's injured and it's a one-shot down. Rather than the Fang. If I get the Fang, not the worst thing in the world, I'll probably hit her for Thin Out and Sloppy and then move on and try and find the Meg. Because I knew she was coming there. We saw her walking. Unfortunately, after they get the unhook, both the Fang and the Meg both go into stealth mode. They don't take aggro. They don't do anything. I assume they go and hide behind somewhere. And unfortunately, the first person I see is the person that was already on hook. And I actually say here, I down her, and I made the mistake. I didn't realize she was the person on hook. I thought she was someone else. It was just, you'll hear me say it in my head. It's just tough. Because 2 people were over here. They unhooked and both left. In this situation, when I'm running towards them, knowing that there's 3 people here somewhere, I hear her crying behind the fence. I don't see anyone else. I don't hear anyone else. Am I expected to completely ignore this person and try and go and find someone else that I can't see? No, is the answer to that, by the way. If you said yes there, you need to reevaluate yourself. This is where the argument of entitled survivors comes from. Okay? So, yeah, I take advantage of this, and I get it down. I didn't even realize she was the one that was on hook at the time. I wasn't really concentrating that hard. Like, we were at 4 gens. I was in a pretty good situation.
The guy that got hooked, right?
I'm, like, questioning it. I'm like, he's not the guy.
We've only hooked the people who got tier 3'd.
I thought this guy was someone who got injured early who hadn't healed yet, like the Meg. Okay, so I see this guy on barbecue. He's injured. That's fine. I'm looking around to see if there's anyone else closer, because he's kind of far. 2 people right here. I saw the LED injured over here. I saw the Fang full HP here. I'm going for the LED.
No, they're right here.
LED's walking away from me. Super far. So I think I'm just going to stalk her until she goes out of sight. And then I'll go back and intercept, because we saw Fang going to the hook.
This guy's going for the save, right?
As I said, this guy's going for the save. Turns out he wasn't.
Where is he?
So I assume he went. I saw him walking towards the school.
Oh, he's all the way
There's
over
the scratch
there.
marks.
Okay.
So now I'm thinking I'm going to cut him off through the school, because he's clearly going round. So I'm going to cut him off, get a hit, he'll get the save, and then I'll follow up with a second hit, because I don't have tier 3 yet.
Dude, I'm like low-key proxy camping, but I don't want to. They're just here.
Yeah. Still looking for the Fang. Still not showing herself.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, now, someone managed to sneak by. And I think I don't even see if it's the Fang, because the person who saved them instantly goes into cover. But we'll see. I might see them. I'm not sure. Alright, so I see the person who was on hook there. There's the saver. The saver is running 100 meters ahead, directly towards the other side of the map. Leaving the person they just unhooked, who's dead on hook, by the way, right out in the open, right next to me. With the hit. You have to take aggro in these situations. At least show yourself. Don't just hold W to the other side of the map. Especially when you know the person you just unhooked is right there. Like, I'm not going to follow you. especially on a map like Badham.
Go for this guy.
I said, let's go for this guy, by the way. Sorry, I just want to go over that again one more time. Just listen to what I say. I say, I'm going to go for this guy. And then the person runs directly in front of me. If she had stopped and gone back, absolutely fine. Would have left her alone. Gone for the Fang. But she didn't. Listen to what I say. I see the Fang. I say, I'm going to go for this guy. And then he runs directly in front of me. Let's go for this guy, I say. Who's the full HP. But then, for whatever reason...
Dude, I don't want to down this guy. He just ran into me.
Directly in front of me.
What's he doing?
Turns out he had
Just
DS.
going after the... Okay, I guess she has DS, so that's what she was doing.
So that survivor, knowing full well that she had DS active, basically ran directly in front of me. This is something that a lot of survivors used to do a lot, especially before the DS nerfs. They used to, get healed up, do a gen, unhook someone else, then get tunneled, and then just sit there and know they had DS and it was fine. Everyone did it. It was fine. It was annoying, but it is what it was. I thought after the DS nerfs, people wouldn't do this. But that guy just ran directly in front of me and was like, yep, I'm perfectly fine. You can down me because I have DS. And yeah, I've got a teammate right next to me. So, if you don't, they'll pick me up. I'm invincible. So I give it to her. I give her the DS. But now I'm thinking this person's dead on hook and they just DS me on purpose. They're dead. If someone DS's me, I usually go for them straight away afterwards. And then if they're good, they take me to a loop, and then I have to leave them eventually. Okay? That's just the way it works. When someone DS's me, I don't tend to just completely ignore them. Especially when they just run into me and use it. If they used it, properly, I actually went out of my way to, tunnel them, and then they used it and ran away, fair enough. But if I literally say I'm going for someone else, and then you run into my path knowing full well that you're invincible, then you're going down.
Nearly.
I heard her crying behind me, and I knew there was a small loop there, so I just went for the swing. So now this person's trying to take aggro, which is fair enough. If she had committed to this, I would have gone for her. Unfortunately, I was playing Michael, so she couldn't really go for this, because if you stand in front of me, I'm just going to get tier 3 and kill you instead. So right now, I was like, okay, I have tier 3, because this person's done this. I'm going to get the person who just DS'd me, put her on hook, she's dead, and then I can instantly down the Fang.
Yeah, you can't really do that kind of shit into a Michael, because I'll just stalk you and then kill you instead. Okay, well, she ran into me because she had DS, so she can't be angry. Oh, hello. She can't be angry at me killing her here. She literally ran into me to DS me, and then expects me to leave her alone after that. No, obviously not. I'm sorry. If you expect me to leave her after she runs into me and then DS's me, then... Oof.
So that guy's injured, so I want to go for the other guy,
Right, what's
preferably.
going on over here, guys?
But I don't know where the other guy's gone, again.
Wow, she made some distance, holy. Okay. There was a full HP guy there, I wanted to go for him, but he disappeared off my screen.
Again, something you'll notice, these guys don't really take me to loops or stay at them. They sort of use their exhaustion perk and then just hold W. Which is a strat, but... this guy walked past this loop,
W, I guess.
And then he walks past another loop just to try and loop me around the fence.
Almost lost it there for a second.
There's no reason for him not to go to the pallet there.
She must have dead hard or something, right? Okay, guess not. I was a bit greedy, bro. You walk past two really good pallets. Well, not two really good pallets, but one good pallet and one okay pallet.
Yeah.
Power struggle? Power struggle? No, not so much.
Alright, so I'm at 2 gens now, and I got one person dead, but pretty much everyone else hasn't been hooked yet.
So I want to go to basement. Not really, but we'll go because she's on a gen.
So now I'm thinking this is going to be close. Now I'm at 1 gen. I'm at 1 gen with 5 hooks. Luckily, 3 of those hooks are on one person. But there's 2 people in this game who haven't been hooked yet. The Meg and the Fang. The Meg has managed to stay injured the entire game, by the way. I don't know why. Maybe she just doesn't want to heal against the Myers, but whatever. So now I'm thinking, okay, they've got one gen left. This is going to be really tight. Because no matter who I go for, they're not going to be dead on hook. So I'm now, like, going into intense mode. Like, oh, you know, I might have to actually try to win. So I try and catch this guy off guard by going where he doesn't think I'll go. Luckily, I get him.
I thought she might do that. I'm actually going to break this just in case they come and loot me here again.
So now I'm in a really easy situation. I can just hook this guy, and then the Meg has to go for the other hook, and I can basically just run to that hook and get someone else and just rinse and repeat. There she is on barbecue.
Save. We should be able to get someone here. Hopefully. They've got some pretty good distance, to be fair. Did they run that way? No. Seriously? LED, dude, okay.
So again, the Meg doesn't show herself.
Sorry, bro.
And the LED runs directly into me.
But
and
again,
guess
just
what
not
happens?
showing themselves to me. Like, if you don't want your teammates to get tunneled, you need to show yourself.
LED goes and dies.
I mean, she did kind of just run into me. Oh, hey.
Meg didn't take aggro. She just went the wrong way. They knew where I was coming from. They could see me.
Go around this way.
And she just ran directly for me. Didn't try to make it to a pallet. Didn't try and do anything. Here, I'm trying to cut the Meg off and just, you know, get the 4K.
Where'd she go? She just run away? Is she hiding in the house?
So I'm giving her a chance to unhook here. Like, I could be horrible and just sit there and wait for it to come. You know, this guy isn't even on second hook yet. He's still struggling on first hook. So now I'm making my way around the house. I'm saying, you know, if you want to go get it, and then run somewhere. They have time to do it. I'm not just sitting there camping it. I'm being friendly.
What's going on?
Now I come back, and they're there. Boom. The trade.
That's what's going on.
You'll see a lot of killers do that.
Alright, let's slug her. Go for this guy.
Here I slug for the 4K because I was doing a challenge for maliciousness. The one on the tome. And so I was kind of just wanting to, you know, get that. You have to get, I think I was doing the challenge where you have to get a certain amount of iridescence. I think it was like 12 iridescent quality badges. So I was kind of, you know, playing a bit rude this game. But, I mean, as in not giving hatch. But I think, you know, you'll see this game I did actually eventually give hatch anyway.
I'm never going to get.
Because of unforeseen circumstances.
Let's see if this guy has Unbreakable.
Very happy just to loop here with this guy in Bloodlust. There's no danger of anything happening.
The pallet, my guy.
No need to mind game or anything.
We'll pick this guy up. I don't really mind if they're Unbreakable or whatever.
So right there again, I'm not... The best thing for me to do in this situation would be to go back to the Meg, pick the Meg up, hook the Meg, and then come back and hook the Fang. Because it's possible that the Meg, who hasn't been downed yet before, by the way, has Unbreakable. And if she does have Unbreakable, then I'm like, yeah, fine, she can use it and get hatch or whatever.
Well, DS, yeah.
And then they
People
DS
still
me.
bring DS, that's crazy.
Which is fine, by the way. I'm not annoyed about that at all. If the Fang wants to DS me there, that's 100%. If my DS is up, I'm usually going to use it. She didn't go out of her way to use it. It was just unfortunate. They were the last two left. The other person was down. Of course, I was going to go for her. And then she uses DS.
I'm actually surprised people are still bringing DS. Well, we ate 2 DSs this game, so I guess.
She didn't go for the window, so I go up. Didn't go for the pallet again. Super greedy. And then I catch her. Actually, no, I don't. I fall down the hole. Oh! I forgot about that.
I should DC.
That was a huge bit outplay. Unfortunately, this Fang seemed to be, you know, one of their best loopers in...
That's right, bro.
I mean, not the best looper in the world, but probably the best in the team.
You made me fall down the hole. You should be happy about that.
But she never took aggro.
I didn't have Unbreakable.
Yep. So now I know the other guy doesn't have Unbreakable, but I do know it's his first hook. So I can safely hook this Fang, and if she struggles, this other guy's still going to...
We should be able to see the other guy on barbecue.
The other guy's going to be able to attempt to unhook himself.
There he is.
So at this point in the game, I'm not really feeling like I did anything wrong. Like, I didn't... Technically, I tunneled that Fang, 100%. But at the same time... what was I meant to do?
Where'd he go?
Like, they were the only 2 left in the game. Should I have just hooked the Meg and just stood by her on her first hook and waited for the Fang to go unhook? With 1 gen left?
Over here on barbecue.
I'd had enough of Badham. This was my 5th game of Badham in a row, I think. and I was pretty bored of Badham. I kind of just wanted to get onto a new map.
This must be my full stack of barbecue. Oh no, I already hit. No, I didn't hit this guy. This guy was stealthing around.
Right. So the other guy's struggling, just in case his teammate wants to try.
See if he managed to get the Kobe.
So a rule I have when I play killer is that if people manage to Kobe, not with like obviously deliverance, but if people manage to Kobe like just by pure luck, they get hatch, whatever, you know, just the way I play.
Nope. One more try. I mean, you can have it, bro. Yeah, you're fine. Go for it. If he Kobe's, he gets to leave.
Yeah, so I'm perfectly happy with him getting hatch here.
I mean, well played. There's nothing more I can do but clap.
Give him a little clap. He did so well. And now I'm kind of confused because he just like ran away from me. And usually in that situation, if I stand still, most survivors will just run up to me and like nod their head, and then I'll walk with them to hatch. This guy was like super scared. And I'll actually skip forward here till we find hatch.
Okay.
It's here, and basically the next 3 minutes of the game is him coming to Kill Shack and then him thinking that I'm going to close it when I'm just trying to give it to him. Where is it? And now I'm just spinning, trying to tell him like, come on, bro. He's standing right there, but he doesn't trust that I'm not going to walk up and close it. He thinks I'm going to BM. Anyway, I get it in the end, and then I'm actually going to mute so I don't get copyright striked. But if you want, you can sort of see the messages down here. I was saying like take the hatch because you wasted like 5 minutes of my time trying to take not taking the hatch. And then he was kind of like, you know, that's what you get for, you know, tunneling. And I was like, what? And he was like, you know, I'm not going to trust you if you tunnel people off hooks. And then the funniest part is he said that I tunneled the Feng. He didn't say that I tunneled anyone else. I mean, he said I tunneled the entire team. Which is what happens if you run into my face with DS. But he said that I tunneled the Feng. When the Feng got unhooked by him, and they were the only two left in the game, that was a tunnel. Even though they were the only two left in the game. Technically, he was right. That is a tunnel. But it's also, unless I just want to give them the free, you know, unless I just, you know, on purpose want to lose, or not lose, but on purpose don't want to win, then I give them the unhook. You know, I could have sat there and farmed the unhooks that they had left with them, but I didn't feel like that was how they were going to play, and I don't think it is after seeing how that Meg played around hatch. And to be honest, you actually lose a lot of stats for farming people off hook, so I didn't think it was worth it overall to even attempt to let them do that if they wanted to. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I just wanted you guys to see this game and have a little look. And I mean, if you have a differing opinion than me, if you made it this far in the video, fucking, you're crazy. I love you. If you have a differing opinion, tell me in the comments. I don't think I did anything wrong this game. I think I tried very hard to go around tunneling. And I think that they went out of their way to make sure that I did tunnel, weirdly. Especially when, you know, that guy had DS and he ran directly in front of me. And then when they unhooked, they just, you know, went immersed. And then all I had left was the survivor who just got unhooked. There was no other choice for me, you know. So hopefully this sort of gave you an idea into, you know, what a killer's thinking when people are unhooking and then going immerse. It's not always tunneling. Maybe just at least show yourself to the killer. Don't run directly in front of the killer when you just got unhooked, because you will go down. I'm telling you for sure. Especially after DS nerfs. So just maybe take a bit of time. And this is coming from a survivor main, by the way. Can I just say, I rarely play killer on stream. That was the first time I played like a whole stream of killer in months. I usually only play killer off stream. And I'm a survivor main at heart. But it really annoys me when I see survivors call me, you know, a shit killer or you know, or using like killer main excuses when, you know, I go out of my way a lot of the time to play nice. That wasn't a prime example of me playing nice that game. But again, like the circumstances we were in, 1 gen with 3 people alive, you know, people running into me and DSing me, Badham. But anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. But thank you for watching. I hope this helped.